Hello everyone. So today we'll be starting Pandu Roga and I will be explaining it directly from the Madhava Nidana because since we are studying Roga Nidana, hence most of the disease should be studied itself from the main Samhita, that is Madhava Nidana itself. So without any delay, let's get started. Worth mentioning that the Pandu Roga, that is often considered with the anemia, along with that Kamla or considered with the jaundice, the Kumbha Kamla, Halimak, all these four diseases are mentioned together in the 8th chapter of Madhav Nidan. So without any delay, let's get into the disease. So what is Pandu? If we directly correlate with the modern term, it can be somewhat thought like that of the conditions seen in anemia. So let us study in detail. Firstly, it has been mentioned in the first look itself that Pandu Rogaha Smritaha पंच वात पित्त कफेस्त्रय चतुर्थ सन्निपातेन पंचमो भक्षणान मृदः. So basically here it is talking about the classification of the Pandu in details. So it is Acharya is trying to say that there are Pandu Rogaha Smrita Pancha, means there are 5 kinds of Pandu mainly. So what are they? They are, first is the Vat, next we have Pit, Kapha, fourth being the Sannipatana, that is the combination of all the 3 doshas, and the 5th one, which is very important, is the Vakshanan Mrida, means the anemia or the Pandu that is caused due to the intake of mud. Yes, intake of mud causes Pandu Roga and it is very much important. In the next slok, it has been Acharya has mentioned that Vyama Amlang Lavanani Maddang Mridang Diva Swapnam Tiva Tikshnam Nishevan Manasya Pradushya Raktang Doshas Twachang Panduratam Nayanti. So basically we are talking about the Nidan here or the causative factors for this Pandu. So the causative factors are Vyayama, means excessive exercises or overexertion. Amla Lavan Madhya, means amla ras, lavan ras, and also the madhya, that is the any kind of alcoholic drinks in excess. Mridang. Diva swapnang, means sleeping during the daytime, and tiva tikshanam means any kind of sharp or hot substances, that means excessive use. We are all talking about the excessive use of the lavan, madhya, mridam, tikshanam, ahar. Nishevam manasya pradushya rakta, means whenever we are intaking these above mentioned articles, what is happening is that it causes the rakta dosh vitiation. Pradushya rakta means rakta dosh vitiation, as a result of which doshas twachang pandu ratanayanti, as a result of which there is pandu of the dosh, that is Pandu, and it is manifested in the twacha. Now actually if we think Pandu means like pale color, so basically due to the vitiation of the Rakta Dhatu, there will be paleness of the twacha, means the dosha will get first settled in the twacha and there will be paleness of the twacha. So this is the exact kind Nidan and Samprapti described in this line. So in this slok we are studying both the Nidan in the first line and also the Samprapti in the second line. In the next slok, we will be studying about the Purvarup. Now it is whenever studying any disease in Roga Nidan, we need to study it according to the Pancha Nidan, that is the Nidana, Purvarup, Rup, Samprapti. So what has been said in the Purvarup? It has been said that Twakas Photana, Stevana Gatra Sada, Mridya Bhakshanam, Prekshan, Kut Shotah. Vina mutra pitatvam atha avipago bhavishyatastasya puraha saradi. That means tvak sphutan, means there will be cracking of the skin. Sphutan means cracking sensation of the skin. Stevanang means expectoration. Next we have gatra sad, means debility of the body. Next mridya bhakshana prekshan, means desire for eating mud. Kut shot, this is very much important because we are saying this even in the modern symptoms as well of anemia, that is the edema of the eye sockets. Next, vin mutra pitatvam, means vin means the feces and mutra means the urine, and pitatvam means pita color of vin and mutra, or the yellowish or the deep greenish or yellowish coloration of the vin and mutra. And atha it is avipak. It is pronounced as avipak due to the sandhi here. That is, there will be indigestion. So these are the purvarup of Pandu Roga. Next, again, as we have mentioned that Pandu Roga has been classified into Vataj, Pittaj, Kapha, Sannipataj, and also Mridvakshan and Pandu. So each of them have their own symptoms. So in the symptoms of Vataj Pandu are, I'll be reading directly the English here because these slok are not that much of importance. Those are dryness, blackish red discoloration of the skin, urine, eyes, etc., pain of the body, tremors, enlargement of abdomen, giddiness, etc. Similarly, in Pittach Pandu, the symptoms will be yellowish discoloration. Just like in Vatach Pandu, we have talked about blackish red discoloration. In Pittach, we will be having yellowish discoloration of urine, feces, etc. Burning sensation. In Vatach Pandu, we have talked about pain, and we know that pain is caused by Vata. So similarly, burning sensation, thirst, fever, these all are the characteristic of Pitta. So we can remember it like that. Just like that, tremors, all are caused due to Vata, and so these features are caused by Pitta. So we can remember it by this way. And deep yellow watery feces. This is something distinguished feature of Pittach Pandu. Next, in Kafach Pandu, the person will have watery discharges from mouth, nose, eyes, etc. Edema. Again, the characteristic feature of Kafach Pandu. Drowsiness, tandratta, lack of enthusiasm, heaviness of the body, and whitish discoloration of the skin, urine, eyes, and face. So the whitish discoloration. In the Vatach Pandu, we have seen the blackish red discoloration. In the Pittach Pandu, we have seen yellowish discoloration. Whereas in Kafach Pandu, we have seen whitish discoloration of the skin, urine, eyes, and face. And the other characteristic feature are edema in Kafach Pandu, burning sensation, thirst and fever in Pittach Pandu, whereas in Vatach Pandu there will be pain, tremors and enlargement of the abdomen. So these are the characteristic features. Just like the three dosh have their own characters, qualities, such similar qualities will be manifested in their respective diseases as well. And the three doshaj Pandu, they will be having suffering from fever, loss of appetite, nausea, vomiting, thirst, weakness, emaciation and incapacity of the sense organ. So these are the symptoms of the three doshaj Pandu. Now, in this slok, the Acharya is trying to discuss or elaborate more about the Mridvakshanam Pandu. So it has been mentioned that the dosh get increased in person who have the habit of eating mud. Astringent mud increases Vata, salty mud the Pitta, and sweet mud the Kapha. Mud being dry and undigestible material blocks the passage of Ras Dhatu, leading to debility of the sense organ, loss of physical strength, oj, normal color and digestion produces Pandu Roga. So basically we are saying that in those persons that have the habit of eating mud, now Acharya have considered three kinds of mud: Kashaya mud, Lavan and the Madhur mud. So we all know that Kashaya ras increases Vata, Lavan will be increasing the Pitta and Madhur will be increasing the Kapha. So what is happening is that it is mud being dry and undigestible material blocks the passage. Means basically it is blocking the passage in the amashaya mainly. That is mainly we can think like some kind of that of the stomach. So basically what happens is that this mud is causing blockage here in the stomach or in the amashaya, and as a result of which the ras dhatu which has to be formed and absorbed into the amashaya won't be happening in this condition. As a result of which, due to the defective formation of Ras Dhatu, there will be formation of arm as well, and also loss of physical strength, debility of the sense organs, and loss of physical strength, loss of oj, loss of normal color, and indigestion. So basically, this causes the Mridvakshanam Pandu. And what are the symptoms of Mridvakshanam Pandu? This is very much important. This slok is very much important. It has been mentioned that Shun Akshi Kuta Ganda Bruhu Shun Pana Abhi Mehana Krimi Kushta Atisariyate Malang Sasakrina Kafanditam means Shun Akshi Kuta Gandu Bru, edema of the eye sockets. That is the Shun Akshikut. Akshikut means the eye sockets. Temples means the actually temples is kind of correlated to that of Shankha, and Bhru, it is highlighted mentioned as Bhru. Next, Shuna Pan Nabhi Mehana means the Nabhi, which is considered as the umbilicus. Mehan means the genital organ, and also Pan. Here it is considered as path, but due to Sandhi, no has came here. That is why Pan. And also creamy koshtha ati saryate, because we know that mud generally have lot of microorganisms in it which can be correlated with that of the creamy. So creamy koshtha, parasites develop upon eating of those mud. So that is why creamy koshtha. And also atisar means diarrhea or passing large number of liquid stool. Malang sa sakrid kafanditam means sakrid, it is mixed with cough. That means can be considered as that with that mixed with blood and mucus. So this is the explanation of this slok, which is very much important of Mridvakshan and Pandu. Next, we'll be studying the sadhya asadhyata, means which Pandu are curable and which aren't. Pandu Rog is incurable if it is of long duration, which has made the organs hard, in persons who have edema for long time, who see all objects yellow, in those having constipation or diarrhea, with green mucoid feces, who are very weak, whose body is very white due to loss of blood, have vomiting, fainting, and thirst is incurable. So these are the case of asadhya Pandu. Next, person whose teeth, nails, eyes have become yellowish white and who see everything yellowish or white are going to die of Pandu Roga. Patients who have edema of the extremities, enlargement of the abdomen, or those having both, those who have swelling of rectum, penis, and scrotum, who faint often and lose consciousness, who are having diarrhea and fever, are also be to refuse treatment. So this entire paragraph described about the incurable Pandu Rog or the asadhyata of the Pandu Rog. So if these symptoms are manifested, then Pandu Rog will be considered asadhya or incurable in those patients. Now, I have tried to add another page in this slide, which is very important from examination point of view, because to understand the samprapti, it is best to understand in a flowchart manner. So I have inserted this slide. So what is it saying? It is saying that if you look into the samprapti, then firstly there will be nidan sevan. That is, what are the nidan? Vyama amla lavanani madhyang mritan diva sapna tiva tikshanam. Just we have mentioned previously. Due to nidan sevan, there will be aggravation of the pitta adi doshas. There will be diminution with the Agni, and due to the diminution of Agni, there will be development of arm inside the gastrointestinal tract. Just I have mentioned. Next, the aggravated pith will be expelled from Hriday via 10 blood vessels by powerful vat and circulates over the body. And it is also responsible for the rest production of Poshak Dhatu. As a result, depletion of Rakta Dhatu takes place. Next, it reaches the space between Twak and Mamsa. It is very much important from MCQ point of view, where it reaches between Twak and Mamsa. Next, it causes laxity and heaviness in the cuff, vat, rakta, twak, and mamsa, which is the characteristic feature of Pandu Rog. Next, it leads to abnormal complexion like pale yellow, deep yellow, and greenish coloration, which is the characteristic feature of the Pandu. As a result of which, since there is defective formation of Poshak Dhatu, there will be deficiency of Rakta, Meda, and Nisar, means loss of SS associated with improper functioning of sense organs and discoloration. That is why, due to the deficiency of this Rakta Dhatu, there is paleness, which is seen in Pandu Rog, or upon seeing of which we can say that the patient is suffering from Pandu Rog. And it ultimately gives rise to Pandu. And also another question which is frequently asked in exam is the Samprapti Ghatak. Now, what are the Samprapti Ghatak? Firstly, Dosh. It is the Pitta Pradhana 3 Doshaj Vyadhi. Now, Pitta, which Pitta mainly? The Sadhak Pitta, Ranjak Pitta, and the Bhrajak Pitta. And among the Kaf, we have the Avalambak Kaf and the Kledak Kaf. And among the Vat, we have the Vyan Vat. Now, it is very simple. Why the Vyan Vayu is aggravated? Because just mentioned, it is expelled from the Hriday, and in Hriday, Vyan Vayu is the main sthan. So just like that, we can correlate the other three doshas as well. Avalambak Kaf, which is actually situated in the GI tract mainly, and the Kledak Kaf, the Sadhak Pitta, again situated in the GI tract. The Ranjak Pitta, which is specified for the coloration, which gives Ahar Ras its red color, and Bhrajak Pitta, which is specified for the complexion of the skin. So all these doshas are getting vitiated. Next, Dushya. Among the Dhatu, they are Ras and Rakta, just I mentioned, Mamsa, Meda, and all the Dhatus. Next, the Upadhatu, there will be Sarva Upadhatu. All the Upadhatus of the respective Dhatus will be vitiated. and the mal that will be vitiated are Mutra and Purish. And Dhatu mal, that is Kapha and Pitta. Next, Agni, the status of Agni, it will be Jathara Agni and the Dhatu Agni that will be affected. And obviously, Agni, what is the Agni Dushti here? Due to the Manda Agni. Now, always mention that 99% of the diseases are responsible for the Manda Agni condition. Next, status of arm, it will be Agni Janya. Means there will be formation of arm due to the diminished Agni. What are the Shrot, which is very important to know because it will help in the line of treatment, to choose the proper line of treatment. So, knowing the Shrot is very much important. It is the Rasavaha and Raktavaha Shrot. What are the Shrota Dushti? It will be Sangha and Vimarga Gaman. Udbhava Sthan means Amashay Utta, means Udbhava means origin, that is from the Amashay. Sanchar Sthan means Tuak and Mamsa, where it is going, are mainly seen in Tuak and Mamsa, and Vyakta Sthan means where it is showing its feature, that is Tuak, skin. What is the Shwava? That is Chirakari or chronic. And Prabhav and Rogbet are not that important. So these are the main thing that we should do from the Pandu Rog. So with this, we come to end of today's topic. If you have any doubt regarding this video, do let me know down in the comment section below. Thank you.